Hello, hello.
Hey, Steve.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Nice.
One of the kids is out of the house, so hopefully it's quiet.
How many do you have? Two?
I have two. Yeah, the other one's asleep. They stay asleep.
Nice. All right. We'll wait just a minute, see if anybody else comes in.
Sure.
What'd you do for the 4th of July?
Oh, my uncle is the fire chief of a local fire department, so we always go over there and like check out the fire trucks and hang out. And then there's a parade that we do like a quarter of and then turn back around and get in the car. And then the parade ends at a park where there's a band that plays the whole day and there's a petting zoo and all this other stuff. So we hang out there for a few hours.
What tiny city is this?
I live in a place called Havertown, and that's a place called Ballackinwood. And it's a nice big park. Yeah, they just like gather a bunch of stuff. There's like a little train that went around one of the baseball fields, and they bring in like a rock climbing pillar.
Oh
and
yeah,
a mini carousel and
that's awesome.
a bouncy house.
What
Yeah,
what
it's
is
fun.
it near? What city is it near?
Philly.
Oh, okay. Huh. Looking at a map right now.
Yeah, I mean it's like northwest of Philly.
I always forget how close Philadelphia is to New York. I'm just so not familiar with the East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast is very close together, at least compared to West Coast and especially the middle of the country.
Yeah, I grew up in Texas and now Arizona. They're like enormous states. So every
Right.
city is like 8 hours away,
Right. Yeah.
There it's like, oh, you could get on a bus and be there in an hour or something.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half by train to New York. An hour and a half driving to DC. I've never taken the train, so I don't know how long that is.
Wow.
6 hours to Boston, which is where my sister lives, and she's actually visiting now, which is also fun.
Cool.
She's got two kids basically the same age as mine,
Yeah.
also girls. So yeah, it's a fun, chaotic hang.
Are there just two of you in the family?
Yeah, on my side at least. My wife has two brothers. One has two kids, but they live in New Jersey and they don't like to get out. So
Oh, okay.
I've seen them like maybe only once this year,
Oh,
maybe twice. Yeah, they just don't get out.
yeah.
We try to visit, but they always
You
can't see
grew
us.
up in that area though?
Yeah, this is the house I grew up in as a kid, literally.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
my parents. So my dad grew up in here. Grew up in this house as a kid, so it's been like a family house. His great aunt, I think, like built it,
Mm-hmm.
and then my grandfather moved in, and then they had moved out at some point and kept the house in the family, and then my dad moved in, and then we as a family moved out but still kept the house and rented it to some folks, and then about 10 years ago now I moved in, my wife. So yeah, it's fun. This used to be the den I've overtaken. It's my sanctum. But I did get kicked out because my room, my studio used to be in my daughter's room. So
okay.
I needed some space. So I took
Yeah.
this instead of the attic because the attic gets way too hot and I didn't want all my gear to fry. And the basement gets way too wet. So I didn't want my gear to get messed up.
That's bizarre. You have an attic and a basement. It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have either of those things.
Okay.
There's a crawl space where you can fix the air conditioning blower above
Right.
but that's it. Like nobody goes there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we should get started because we are on YouTube and people are like, what? Not that anybody watches this, but if they do.
They do.
All right.
Hi, sorry.
Yeah. Use the chord samples to make something with a hip hop vibe to it. Integrate the what sample into it somehow in a clever way. So we got this.
Nice. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. So you can do whatever you want, but I was hoping for us to go after sort of a hip hop vibe, but you can do whatever you want, really.
I can do that. So.
I know you can. That's your forte. I would love to see what you can do with this.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
See you in an hour.
Okay. See you then. All right. If you're following me on YouTube, I'm going to share what I'm doing on in Ableton. That is my DAW of choice. So I am going to share my DAW, and I need to pull up that. All right, so first thing I want to do is share my freaking audio. All right, so these chords are in the B flat minor, so I like to move that to C minor immediately. So we will do that using the complex, and I'll put it up one semitone like that. And B flat minor. I don't know if that is B flat minor, to be honest. That is not B flat minor. I don't know what the chords these are, guys. What is that? You know what? I don't know these chords. And instead of trying to figure that out, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to do this without knowing the chords. So I'm going to just unquantize it. So I'm going to split this in half. This is 60. So let's go 61. 61. And we're going to double time this with beats mode on. Going to double time it. It's a little slow. Wow, this is not. Yeah, something's jacked here. Okay. Warp. Yes. And I'm going to say this is 122. And then we're going to divide it. Wow. Wow. This is weird, man. Let's unwarp it completely. We got to figure out the BPM on this. Okay, all right. This is so weird. All right. I need a drum kit. Let's try this kit. No. Let's try this one. Ah, we got a weird feel to it. So I'm trying to figure out a better drum set. I do this every time. I don't know. I kind of like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. So, um, Okay, I kind of like that. So I'm going to grab BA1. I want to try to do something with this. This is a fun sound. I want to do a pluck. Something like that. I'm going to cut the stream off because it's messing me up here. So we'll come back on live at the end.